Hi. This energy session is going to be a little bit different than most of them that we've done. This one is the journey of the human spirit. The journey of the human spirit that we take from the time that our consciousness is formed through all of our incarnations. What is that like as being free-flowing, free-formed consciousness, going from incarnation to incarnation? And then once we have seen and expanded in that space, coming back into this body system, into this incarnation, with those new perspectives and that new knowledge that we've gained, that'll be really great and really fun. This may be one of our longer journeys, so I hope you enjoy it. You may wish to have a glass of water handy. I'm just allowing the energies to come in to get us started. So let's be in the center of the core of being. Just have that thought to be there and you will. Activate the base chakra. Be in the I Am presence. The part that remains of you in the center of the core of being. Have that go very, very deep into the center of the core of being. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. We've used that technique in other sessions. And allow that base chakra to activate fully, to turn on completely. It'll open and close according to your needs. But we want it to be fully activated. And the part of you that went up into the I Am presence, let's go further into the I Am presence. Way deep into the I Am presence. Way, way deep into the I Am presence. And now let's take our 3 relaxed, deep breaths through your nose if you can. And then just choose to be back in the center of the core of being. But it's at a much deeper level. So let's call in the angelic realms this time. We're going to start in the east. And if you know the sacred geometry for sealing, then feel free to do that. So that'd be Raphael, Michael, Gabriel, Uriel. Above is Uriel. Below is Karael. And in the center is Yesharel. Come forth now with all your choirs of angels and all your minions of healing. And please cater to the needs of our body system. The healing and purification on all levels. And aid us on this journey, this experience of consciousness, as we explore what it means to be human, what it means to be a human spirit, and then reintegrate into this incarnation. Let's connect the base chakra to the center of the earth. And let's connect the base chakra to the earth logos. And once again, the logi are people, just like you and me. Except they did it, they got it. They became ascended masters. And then they didn't go sucking up a pina colada on the beach. They kept working, they kept serving the light. And they chose to be a logi with even more responsibilities. And they're here to help us. These very specialized ascended masters. Master Jesus was the solar logos for a while. So once again, let's connect the base chakra, which is the one below the feet, to the center of the earth, and the base chakra to the earth logos, and the base chakra to the center of the solar system, and the base chakra to the solar logos. And the base chakra to the center of the Milky Way galaxy, and the base chakra to the galactic logos, and the base chakra to the center of the solar system, the root solar system for your consciousness. It's usually the solar system where you incarnated first. And let's connect that base chakra to the solar logos. Of that solar system as well. And let's connect the base chakra to the center of the universe, fully and completely. That's the point that Native Americans referred to as the Great Spirit. Allow that energy to help balance you out. And let's connect the base chakra to the center of all of lighted creation. And the base chakra to the Lord of all the Logi. She's really great. You might want to meditate with her sometime. All of these loci really are. They can teach you so much. And now let's connect that base chakra to the center of all that is. And now I'd like you to have that thought to connect all of your chakras from your base chakra to chakra number 36, all the inner chakra connections all at once. If you're already a student of mine, please use your knowingness or ask your guides. Perhaps you'll be instructed to connect to a different number. Otherwise, just connect base to 36, all the inner chakra connections all at once. Be in the center of the core being. Fully activate the base chakra. Now what I'd like you to do is connect to your ever-being. But I need to explain that first. God, the oneness, is everything. God is here and God is there. So God can't really move from here to there. So God can't change. Because God can't move, you can't change. And if you can't change, you can't grow. The definition of growth is to be able to change. So God created us in His image. Well, what does that mean? God created these ever-beings. These ever-beings are a collective of beings of consciousness, non-corporeal beings of consciousness, pure consciousness, and they work as a collective, not like the Borg on a television show, but as individuals that each contribute according to their gifts. And these ever-beings created a copy of themselves with some limitations. And then they allowed these copies to incarnate. Because without limitations, the copies would be everything and wouldn't be able to move, wouldn't be able to change, wouldn't be able to grow. So they sent us out. So hear, O Israel, the Lord our God, the Lord is one. That's the oneness, that's God, that's our God. And the very next line of that prayer is, love the Lord your God with all your heart, with all your soul, and in all your ways. I don't really like the word might. It doesn't really mean anything, and that's not a really direct translation anyway. And that refers to these ever-beings. This is the consciousness that made your consciousness. God is not some Charlton Heston looking thing that created us to look like some kind of Charlton Heston looking thing. God and these ever beings, as part of God, are pure consciousness and created us as pure consciousness in their image to inhabit these mortal shells, sort of like a hermit crab takes on a different home. And we're just living in this human body system, this 55 foot in diameter, 16.7 meters in diameter shell of pure consciousness. If you could talk to God, if you could send God something, what would you send him? Let's put together a ball of thought created in the center of the core of being with your gratitude, your love for the one who created you, praise for the one who created you and keeps this all going. Regardless of your situation. Let's put this ball of thought into our node that we talked about in the center of the core of being. We've talked about that node in other energy sessions. It's in the very, very center of the core of being. It's your node on the grid of humanity. It's your node on the grid of the planet. And send it down into that node and allow it to go deeper and deeper into the levels of the heart chakra. Because the core of being is inside the heart chakra. Just like the Vatican is inside Rome, and it's a separate entity, the core of being is inside the heart chakra and is a separate entity. So allow this thought ball to go to level 4, level 5, level 6, level 82, 97. I don't know how many levels there are. But let it keep reaching out and reaching out and reaching out and reaching out all the way to your ever being. And allow your ever being to respond. And your ever being will respond. If you're afraid, then just skip this part. You don't have to do this. Let's just wait a moment. And let's give your ever being an opportunity to connect with you. And now let's break free from these mortal chains as best we can. We're not going to pass. We're going to stay alive. We will come back into this incarnation. And there's nothing to fear unless you choose to fear something. And once again, that's your complete choice. So you are consciousness, not this body system. The body system has the center of the core being, starting with that node, and it has an electromagnetic body and a physical body, emotional body, mental body, causal body, astral body, etc., all the way out to the ascension body. And what we're going to do now is we are going to choose to be our consciousness, not our emotions, not our mind, not our body, not our brain. And we're going to grow beyond all of this so that you can see further, so that you can see better, so you can get clarity and better understanding in all things. So I'd like you to breathe in divine love, which I'm radiating out now. And breathe in divine truth. And breathe in divine service. Breathe them in, breathe them in, breathe them in. Fill the center of the core being with all these Shakti. Let's activate, energize, let's amplify, let's lock them in on your node. And now let's allow them to emanate and expand and radiate and completely fill your body system, your energy field, and just your energy field, and no further. If you give the Shakti, any Shakti, a boundary, it will respect it. And now just tell yourself, hey self, wrap me in spiritual white gold. Invite in your guides and your teachers, and ask your guides, your teachers, the Logi and the angelic realms that we've invited in, to cut all the cords. Which of course we'll reestablish later. But for now, let's just cut them all. You might start feeling free floaty. And you are not that energy that you just breathed through your system, that divine love, divine truth, and divine service. You are the consciousness in the center of the core being. So now I'd like you to take that consciousness, you, allow yourself to expand into the electromagnetic body. Allow yourself to become fully aware of it. All the chakras and marmas and nadis, all the meridians, everything else that's there that we don't even know about. Allow yourself to expand. Mind tends to live in the brain, and not even all the brain. Consciousness is much more than that. Much, much more than that. I'm going to move this over in case my voice softens. Completely fill your electromagnetic body with you. So now you, your consciousness, you, your subconscious, unconscious, conscious awareness, and superconscious are occupying the center of the core of being and your electromagnetic body. All you have to do is choose and allow. It's all about choosing and allowing. Good. Good, good, good. Now allow your consciousness to expand further. One of the easiest ways to make this shift is to allow your subatomic particles that constantly shift between mass and energy, energy to mass, back and forth. When they're energy, they're in the electromagnetic body, and they can pick up bits of your consciousness and carry them into the physical body when they revert back to mass. And if you allow it fully, it'll take about 4 seconds to complete. Or you can just allow yourself to radiate into the physical body and then merge with the physical body. And that takes a little longer. Let's do that now. And so the mind was in just the brain and not even all the brain. Your consciousness right now at this moment is in your electromagnetic body and your entire physical body. Allow yourself to become aware of your physical body. Become aware of your physical body's needs. Become aware of your organs and glands and the needs of your body. What foods are you eating that are right? What nourishment are you taking in that's wrong for you at this moment in your life? Might as well use this exercise to learn something on our way. So now let's allow our consciousness to expand into our emotional body. All the layers and the sub-layers and the interconnected layers. All of the personality layers are all part of it. Allow yourself to learn something about your emotional body that you did not know before. And now let your consciousness expand even further through the mental body. All the layers and sublayers and interconnected layers of the mental body. Try to discover the difference between thinking and knowing. The difference in the process. not the semantic difference of the English language. See if you can know something about your mental body that you did not know before. Now let your consciousness expand into all the layers, sublayers, and interconnected layers of the causal body. That body that everybody talks about. People seem to know it's there, and nobody seems to know what it's about, what it's for, what it does. See what you can find out. Just allow your consciousness to expand. You are the consciousness. You are the human spirit. And right now we are expanding through the bodies in which we live. Our temporary homes while we're on this planet. Now let's expand our consciousness into the astral body. Again, all the layers, sublayers, interconnected layers. Find out what you can learn about this. When you see paintings and images of the Buddhist and Hindu deities, they're usually of the astral bodies, and you can see them with multiple arms, sometimes multiple heads, or differing heads. Check out yours. If you need to move, if you need to readjust your physical body, go right ahead. That's okay for this part of the process. Be comfortable. And now let your consciousness expand into the etheric body, the next one out, the last of the inner bodies, as I define them. Lots of people define them. All the layers, sublayers, interconnected layers, check this one out. What's in the etheric realm? All these bodies have different dimensions. All these bodies have different representations. All these bodies have different purposes, different uses. And most of us don't make use of any of them. We're like cosmic babies. So now let's expand into the first body of the advanced bodies. Some people call it the Christ body, some people call it the Buddhic body. People have other names for it. It's shaped like a dodecahedron, and within it is contained the Merkaba. It's in 12 dimensions. It's shaped like a stellated dodecahedron. And it rotates on 3 different axes at 3 different rates of speed. Wow. And you can use it as a gyroscope to keep you on course. You can program it. Your own gyroscope. Just like you program the gyroscope of an airplane, a submarine, or a ship to help keep it on course. Whatever course you've set. There's other things you can do with the Merkaba. We could do a whole session just on that. But for right now, allow your energy to expand, not your energy, your consciousness, to expand throughout your Christ body. Become aware of it. The Christ body is in 12 dimensions. We are all multidimensional people. I think we are in at least 20 dimensions, possibly more. Perhaps you'll be the one to discover it and know. So now let's expand our consciousness into the next body, the light body. And that's an icosahedron, 20 dimensions. It is said that once we master our light bodies, that we won't need food anymore. We will become breatharian. Kind of neat. What else might we be able to do once we master that level of being? It's all available to us now. Allow yourself to become aware. And now let's expand our consciousness into the radiant body and become aware of the radiant body. And as we master the radiant body, the reaction between the pineal and pituitary gland through the cave of Brahma becomes different somehow. And this energy begins to radiate out. And sometimes it feels like a circular saw blade cutting through your brain. Not painfully, it just feels like there's a disc cutting through there. And other people can sometimes perceive that, and it looks like a halo. And now allow your consciousness to expand into the last of the bodies as we define them, into the ascension body. And allow yourself to become aware of life, of existence, and whatever else you're being shown from this vantage point. at the edge of your periphery, at the edge of your energy field, the last layers of your crystalline structure. And now you can choose to be with your ever-being and commune with your ever-being. Perhaps you would like to meet with one of the loci. Perhaps you'd like to meet with one of the members of the angelic realms, your guides and your teachers inside. Or ask that you be taken on a guided journey right now and allow yourself to continue to expand. Allow your awareness to expand. See if you can become aware of the entire galaxy, perhaps the entire universe. Maybe you'd prefer to expand within. Which way will you choose to go? It's all your choice. It's all safe space. Ask questions deep inside. Allow the answers to come to you. They won't come to you through your ears. They'll come to you as thoughts. Maybe you want to ask what the next step on your journey, on your path is. Maybe you just want to ask for help to prepare for that next step. You are consciousness. You just happen to be living in a human body system at this time. A body system that's more complex than we understand at this moment. A body system that can do more than we think that it can. We are not who we think we are. And we can do and accomplish more than we think we can. Hmm. Float. Float freely. Continue to float, knowing that you're completely safe to do so. You're completely safe to explore. You're completely safe to learn as much as you wish to learn. And that the more you do this, the more you will learn, particularly as fears are overcome. So you can continue on as this recording ends and just stay in this state for however long you wish. Knowing that when you're done, you'll be safely returned. And this is not hypnosis of any type. This is just working with consciousness, working with Shakti, working with ascended masters, and the Logai, who are also ascended masters, working with the angelic realms, and working with the aspects of God known as the ever beings. So in this deep, deep, quieted place, I want to thank you so much for choosing to participate in this. I want to thank you so much for choosing to include this on your path. I'm going to wish you the very best. And know if I can help you in any way, feel free to visit the website and let me know. It's shaktify.com, SHAKTIF as in Frank Y.com. Donations are tax deductible. There's a lot we do that is at no cost to people, but it costs us money to produce. So your support is very much appreciated. And if you wish to ask any questions, feel free to do so. There's a contact us page. And there's even a free daily transmission of energy, which is targeted at healing the physical body, mental body, emotional body, and causal body. And that occurs every day, multiple times a day. So once again, I thank you. Thank you so much. God bless.